As I'm on my walk, I'm thinking about some research that I read yesterday about how sexual trauma impacts women in comparison to men. And as I read, I couldn't help thinking about the woman who sits in church, listens to a message on sexual purity, but doesn't take into consideration that she didn't get to make choices around sex from an early age sometimes. Or the woman that's in an abusive marriage where the Bible is used as a weapon to get her to comply with the demands of her husband, and she don't get to say yes or no, where he takes away her right and her autonomy. And the church that uses the Bible to buttress his argument to send her home to comply. And I'm thinking about the young person who is living in that situation right now, but doesn't feel like there's a safe space for her to talk about the trauma that she's experiencing because sexual trauma is such a taboo subject. I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking, if you are this person and you're in this situation and you've been using tools like prayer and Bible study and you've been fasting and the pain continues, it's not because the tools don't work, but you might need some other tools. Because you see, the thing is, healing from sexual trauma is not a cognitive process only. It's physiological because the trauma sits in our nervous system and it affects our entire being. And you might need the help of someone who is skilled and trained to walk you through that process. I suppose what I want you to know is that healing is possible. It is, because I know it is possible, not only because I've walked dozens of women through this process, but because I've walked through this process and I know that there's another side where you get to manage your triggers, where memories don't overwhelm you, and where you get to live life from a different place, not seeped in pain. And the pain days gets longer and longer. They're no longer every day. Sometimes they're every month or once a month or once a year. And the memories and nightmares no longer overwhelm you. If you are in a place where you've experienced sexual trauma and you are struggling, I want to encourage you to get support. I want to encourage you to find a guide who is skilled enough to help you manage all of your triggers, the cognitive ones and the physiological ones, so that you can come to a place of healing. Take care.